What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Europa Universalis IV as Holland. In the previous part, we were mostly looking for allies, but we're not actually able to find any. The war between France and England has wrapped up, with France emerging as the victor. There was also a little war involving Burgundy, and because of, Burgundy was involved, so were we, where they took, I think, a bit of Provence, which they had, like, let's see, I think they took, like, 2 provinces down here, down here. So that's over. Now Burgundy's a lot more powerful, but another thing that we did is we fought some rebels that showed up, took care of that, no problem. And now we have another mission that we can do, so there's a couple things we can do. We can try to placate Burgundy. That should be really easy to do, actually. That's incredibly easy to do. I'm going to do that one, absolutely. They already have an opinion of me as 65. So all we really have to do is just get that up a little bit higher. Yeah, that's not going to happen. So we're going to go ahead and take care of that mission real quick. In the meantime, we'll just be looking for allies wherever possible. I guess just kind of hoping that England is no longer hostile to me, or that Denmark starts seeing me as a friend. Or Austria. Austria would be a great option as well. Because right now I'm not sure that France would actually be able to win a war versus Burgundy and all of its allies. They do have a lot of vassals. They're also allied with Brittany, which should be able to field a pretty decent army as well. So that could go south pretty quickly. So we're just gonna have to be careful. Or if we're lucky, we're just gonna be, I guess, freed from the personal union, which, like I said in the previous video, it does happen every now and again. Sometimes you're just freed, and it's sweet. It is really sweet. So let's see if that actually happens. Apparently, okay, Brandenburg is fighting Gauer, but why? Right, that's Brunswick, that's Brandenburg. They're actually pretty large. He's actually fighting 2 wars. That could turn out to be pretty bad for him. I honestly kind of hope that he loses a province, or he has to maybe sort of release Friesland as a sovereign state, because that would be really sweet for us. What I'm trying to say. So I'm hoping that actually happens. Actually, let's lower our army maintenance again, because we were just at war, but now we're not, so we can lower it again while we wait for Burgundy to start loving me. And then we can also do the mission where we have to collect money, because that's really easy. All you really gotta do is wait, and you're gonna be good. Also, we made a marketplace, which I guess is already done. Yes, it is. So we should be making a lot more money off of the trade now. Probably should actually paid a little bit more attention, but we were like in the middle of, oh, here we go. Okay, he's actually still beating his enemies. I hope that he loses, though. That would be good for me. We also have a claim on Utrecht, but we cannot go after it because we're a vassal. We're not allowed to declare war. In other words, we cannot do anything right now. As long as we're in this union, we cannot do anything to get more land. We have to break free, and for that we need allies. So I'm hoping that we can actually get someone. It just, as long as England would drop the hostile attitude, that would be incredible. Saxony is, okay, that's not going to work either. It's like nobody wants to help me out here. Absolutely nobody. If any of the stronger players would just sort of support me, that would be amazing, but none of them are into that. Because they're either friendly with Burgundy or they're like just neutral. So that sucks, because right now there's nothing we can do. And that's also why, like, someone actually pointed out that Holland is probably one of the tougher, or the Netherlands in general are one of the tougher nations to form. Because you start off either as a vassal. I mean, usually you are a vassal if you're trying to form them, I believe. And you're like in the middle of the Holy Roman Empire, where there's like a lot of politics going on. And like I've noticed that it's really easy to get yourself killed in that, political environment. You're gonna go down if you're unlucky. So good luck to us, I guess. Right, so okay, this guy's giving us a little bit extra money from the trade, but more importantly, he's giving us the diplomatic points every... Okay, Austria and Venice are not allies, that's for sure. Yeah, they're not into that either. Nope. Just nobody wants to help me out. This is just really sucky. If they were just to, like, okay. I just need Burgundy to get more enemies. That is the main thing. So I'm still waiting for England to stop hating me. Alright, so that's the mission complete. That was incredibly easy. I wish we could just ask for independence because, like, we have crazy liberty desire because we're, like, stronger than Burgundy. How does that work? Maybe it's like all vassals combined or something. But that's why we have so much liberty desire, and then normally we would be like crazy rebels. Improve our prestige. Okay, that's not gonna work for me. Because that's one of those missions that will take very, very long to actually do. Because we need 50 prestige, and like the higher you get up there, the slower it'll grow, or it starts decaying back to 0. So you have to actually do some pretty crazy stuff to get a lot of prestige. Like you have to win wars, or just do other things that make people go, wow, that dude's amazing. And we can't really do that right now, so that's just a bummer. Come on, Denmark. I'm just gonna speed it up again a little bit. Right, that's what I was hoping for. Here we go. Right, that's your... Okay. So they are now rivals of Burgundy. And they should soon stop liking each other, meaning that... Alright, they're actually enemies now, so why would they not support me? They shouldn't be neutral towards Burgundy. Here we go. Here we go, man. Finally. Finally. Okay, this is what I was talking about. Oh, hell yeah. Alright. I'm very happy right now. Here we go. So now if we declare war on Burgundy, we will be assisted by Castile and France. Those are some very big players. I actually hadn't really considered Castile because they're quite far away, and I believe that they usually... I've seen them definitely sort of, you know, have some disputes with France, but I haven't really seen them have issues with Burgundy. Oh, here we go. We can get England as well. Alright, well at that point it's a no-brainer. What? Okay, hold on, let me just process this. What? Our personal union has been abandoned. Now we have a great ruler. He's got silver tongue, so he's really good at improving relations. What? Why? We're free now. That's the... See, that's what I was talking about. We didn't have to do anything. We were just freed. That's good though, but now... we're gonna need some alliances, and that's gonna be like pretty difficult to actually do. They're hostile towards me. They probably want their... Yep, they want my provinces. We need some allies right about now. England would be willing to go for it. Right, I'm gonna improve relations with France because they are actually gonna be much more useful in an alliance than England. We should also... Okay, hold on. We have had complaints from several dignitaries in our country that the new practices of our merchants are clearly heretical and that we should put a stop to them. So we can accept the demands and lose 50 diplomatic power, or we can ignore them and lose a bit of prestige. At this point, like, again, our prestige is already quite low, so it doesn't really matter that much. And to be honest, I don't want to lose diplomatic power or any type of those powers because they're, you know, really important for our technology, and we do not want to fall behind there. So I'm going to ignore them. There we go. We have to set some rivals. So clearly Utrecht will be my rival, and the dude next to me, Galera. They have some provinces that we're going to want. Absolutely. Finally, we're free. Oh my god. That's exciting. Guess, let's see. Alright, so they'll take the alliance. They still will not, but they're like kind of close to it. I guess they're a little bit upset that I'm like, weak. But we should be able to... Yep, here we go. We can actually train a few more units now. Let's get a second cavalry. Alright, so we got 2 rivals now. So we're going to be taking Utrecht for sure. They have no allies, and they should be really easy to take out. And that'll give us an extra province, and then we can start looking towards other people. I guess Burgundy just kind of released us, actually. That's weird. Okay, so they just kind of released us, or like, okay, this isn't working. This guy really wants to be free. Let's just let him go. I guess that's kind of how that happened. It's a bit weird, but I'm not going to complain. Because I was actually on the verge of declaring war on him with all those allies nearby. Right, well, again, like, allying England might be a mistake because they don't like France and they don't really have any meaningful provinces in actual Europe, like mainland Europe. So if I ally them, I might be upsetting France horribly, and I would hate to do that. So if I could just become allies with France, that would be amazing. I'm going to stop improving them with England, and I'm actually going to go ahead and start trying to be allies with Austria as well, because they are the emperor of the Roman Empire, the Holy Roman Empire. So they're like pretty influential. They're big. They usually have very good alliances. See, Aragon, Ferrara, Genoa, Savoy, and Siena. So it's like half Italy, and then also this part of Spain. In other words, they would be a very nice ally to have around. So I think we should go for that. At the same time, let's get our army to be a little bit bigger. There we go. Alright, one more dude. And there we are. It did cost me a pretty penny, but I'd say it was worth it. Alright, so we were supposed to save the Dutch people in Friesland. That is one of them. Rival of our rival. That could be a good one. We need to get Clev to like us. That's pretty easy. We'll do that. Absolutely. As soon as I have an alliance with France, I will try to be buddies with Clev as well. I mean, I'm pronouncing it like Clev, but I'm not even sure if that is correct. So I don't think I've ever heard of Cleve. That can't be it. It's Cleva. You know what? That makes sense to me. But I just don't know. Because it's in Germany, right? I think it's in Germany. I don't know. Should be like, it's like right on the border of the Netherlands. It's like, yeah, it's a weird shape. We've got a weird shape going on over here. Alright. Friends, how we doing, man? I need some allies. I've got no allies. If Burgundy declares war on me now, I will just be reintegrated into his empire. That would be bad for me. I want to make sure that doesn't happen. They're actually enemies with France, so that might also be a bad thing. But if I had to choose, I would definitely say that having France as an ally would be a little bit more valuable right now. And who knows, maybe a little bit later I can get both of them. I know that Spain probably eventually would be my buddy. Not that I need him, but, you know, it would be an option. Alright, here we go. Well, we don't really need allies for this war, though. They have no general. We have more troops. They've got 1 cavalry. We have 2. Alright, yeah, we should be okay. So, right. Stop improving there for a minute so that we can actually declare war while we still have a claim and while they still have no allies. Here we go. And if we declare war, you'll see that we are allowed to take their territory, so we can just do that. We have an actual claim. We will not be calling any allies, and neither will they. Go. This is war, baby. This is war. Alright, so our morale is nice and high. Right, it's like fine. So we can just march right in there and get this party started. We should be able to win, seeing as their morale is already quite low. Yep. We're losing a bit of troops. There's a bit of chance involved there as well, but as you can see, we have bested them. How are we not? Okay, apparently we don't have enough dudes to do this because we need 9 full regiments, whereas we only have 8. Alright, you know, let's just march back. And we're going to regroup because our general is actually really good at reinforcing our armies. There we go, that should be enough already. And, you know, they're not going to be training any more troops because they only have 1 province. We are suffering from a little bit of attrition because we're sieging, but it's just 1%, not, you know, not a big deal. So we'll lose like a few guys every now and again. Actually, you know what? Get rid of that fort again. There we go. Don't care about the fort because they don't have any allies. They will not be laying siege to my fort. We are good. Now, they are part of the Holy Roman Empire, so there is a chance that the Emperor will demand that we return those lands. I'm not sure if that's going to happen, though. Right, it just says theocracy. Oh, here we go. Part of the Holy Roman Empire. So, you know, could be bad. You can sort of ignore the Emperor when he says that, but the other people will have a reason to declare war on you, and that's bad. Just improve relations there. Ooh, French should be okay. Yeah, we're at war, but as soon as that's over, he should actually be able to, or willing to accept my alliance offer. And then we got a good ally And then we could start allying some other people. Maybe we could get Brandenburg. Because they're quite strong. They don't have any, like, meaningful enemies in this area that I mean to take over. Like, I'm mostly going to be going after the Dutch provinces that I need. So Utrecht, Gelre, Friesland, and then Breda, and then we're good. If we're lucky, we can take Antwerpen as well. Because obviously that's like a harbor town or like a port city. They make a, like, trade power there is insane. That's just great provinces. In general, like, there's a lot of great provinces here. But if we could take out Brabant, that would be just sweet. That's kind of what I'm hoping for. Thing is that, you know, they are still in that thing under Burgundy. So it could still turn out pretty badly. We need strong allies for that war, is what I'm trying to get at. Yep, alright, he'll accept now. So we just gotta wait a little bit longer. Also, what I just realized is that we don't have an heir yet. But if this guy's got time, he'll probably live to be, like, pretty old. So, he'll get an heir soon, and that will be okay. I just gotta hope that he's good, and not sucky. Right, it's Clev. Yep, Clev is taking Gelre. Alright, so we might actually have to fight Clev. Because they are absolutely... Okay, East Frisia just claimed Holland, which is these guys. Friesland no longer exists as a sovereign, you know, nation or state or whatever. They're kind of done there. So if they actually, if Clev takes this, that could be bad for me because then I'm going to have to fight them. And they're allied to Hesse, which is, oh, okay, well that's not that big. Should be alright. We might almost be able to do that on our own. But for now, we're going to focus on getting better allies, and then we'll take the northern provinces first, and then later on we'll go after Brabant, and then Flanders as well. If we could take all of this, that would be insane. Just like a greater Netherlands area. Because that would actually set us up to be pretty good. Also, really soon, we got to start thinking about ideas that we want to take. Which is, once you reach national ideas, which is this technology, you could start choosing your group of ideas that you like, and there's so much choice. There's 6 in every category, right? And you can only choose a couple of them. Eventually, you can have 8 out of 18. So it's pretty difficult. Like, one of the things that we definitely are going to want is exploration, so we can start colonizing the new world soon enough. Then there's possibly, I'm not sure about expansion actually, but maybe something like, you know, administrative ideas or quantity ideas, just so we can have more manpower, bigger army, stuff like that. So we got to start thinking about that as well. Maurice of Orange pioneered, do they call him Maurice, really? Okay. Pioneered new drills for firearms that made the new weapons much more effective. This drill technique was not a secret, and numerous military entrepreneurs learned to drill and placed their service at the disposal of the crown heads of Europe. So we can hire him and gain a bunch of army tradition, or we can decline and lose some prestige. Army tradition is... Right, is the accumulated army experience that your nation has. Tradition is increased by ideas, buildings, land combat, and sieging. So it gives you extra morale, quicker recovery, and extra siege ability. So it's actually really nice to have that. And it's 20, which is a lot. So I'm going to do that, absolutely. Because that's going to increase our morale by a whole bunch. Again, that's very valuable when you're at war. And it makes it a little bit easier for us to siege our opponents down. At least it should. I guess we're just kind of unlucky here. Because right now we have 28%, or well, I guess 29% chance to instantly end the siege.